When people see the championships, the MVP trophies, and the billion-dollar empire, they see greatness, they see dominance, they see a king. But before he was King James, before the global fame and the packed arenas, LeBron James was just a kid from Akron, Ohio, a child growing up in poverty, raised by a teenage mother, in neighborhoods where dreams often disappeared before they even began. This is the story of how struggle built a king. LeBron Ramon James was born on December 30th, 1984 in Akron. His mother, Gloria James, was only 16 years old when he was born. His father was absent. There was no stable income, no steady home, no blueprint for success. They moved from apartment to apartment, sometimes staying with friends, sometimes wondering how rent would be paid. In many American cities, poverty creates invisible ceilings. Children grow up surrounded by limitations, financial, social, and emotional. LeBron's early years were filled with uncertainty. At times, they didn't know where they would sleep next month. Gloria worked tirelessly, taking whatever jobs she could find, trying to keep her son safe from the dangers of the streets. But even in instability, there was love. Gloria believed in her son with a quiet, fierce determination. She made a difficult decision when LeBron was 9 years old, allowing him to live with a local youth football coach, Frank Walker, who could offer more stability. It was one of the hardest choices a mother could make, but it changed the trajectory of his life. As a child, LeBron was naturally gifted in sports. Football, basketball, he excelled in both. But basketball slowly became his calling. On outdoor courts in Akron, surrounded by cracked pavement and chain-link fences, he developed not just skill, but vision. He didn't just score, he understood the game. He saw plays before they unfolded. Still, talent alone wasn't enough. At St. Vincent St. Mary High School, LeBron became a local sensation. Crowds filled high school gyms. National media began paying attention. He appeared on magazine covers as the chosen one. For a teenager, that kind of pressure can crush confidence. The expectations weren't just high, they were historic. Imagine being 17 years old and being told you might become one of the greatest athletes ever. Many young stars collapse under that spotlight, but LeBron didn't. In 2003, straight out of high school, he was drafted first overall by the Cleveland Cavaliers. For Akron, it felt like destiny, a hometown kid returning to lift a struggling franchise. The city placed its hopes on his shoulders, and he delivered, at least individually. Rookie of the Year, All-Star appearances, playoff runs, spectacular performances. But year after year, the Cavaliers fell short of a championship. Critics began questioning him. Was he clutch enough? Was he tough enough? Could he win when it mattered most? The turning point came not in triumph, but in backlash. In 2010, LeBron made a controversial decision to leave Cleveland and join the Miami Heat. The televised special announcing his move became one of the most criticized moments in sports history. Fans burned his jersey. Headlines attacked his character. He went from hometown hero to national villain overnight. That season in Miami was brutal. In the 2011 NBA Finals, the Heat lost. LeBron underperformed. The criticism intensified. Analysts questioned his heart. Social media exploded with ridicule. For many athletes, that level of public humiliation could break them, but that failure became his fire. Instead of running from criticism, he confronted it. He worked on his mental toughness. He refined his postgame. He studied the sport obsessively. He learned how to lead without forcing dominance. He embraced the uncomfortable truth that greatness requires growth. The following year, everything changed. In 2012, LeBron James won his first NBA championship, then another in 2013. The narrative began to shift. The villain became a champion. The pressure forged resilience. Yet perhaps his greatest moment was still ahead. In 2014, LeBron returned to Cleveland, not for fame, not for headlines, but for redemption. He made a promise to bring a championship to a city that had waited over 50 years for a major sports title. In 2016, against the record-breaking Golden State Warriors, the Cavaliers fell behind 3-1 in the NBA Finals. No team had ever come back from that deficit in finals history. The odds were impossible. But in Game 7, with under 2 minutes remaining, LeBron made the block, a defensive play that became one of the most iconic moments in NBA history. Cleveland won. The drought ended. The promise was fulfilled. It wasn't just a championship, it was restoration. Beyond the court, LeBron's impact grew even larger. He built businesses. He became a voice for social justice. Most importantly, he opened the I Promise School in Akron, a public school designed to support at-risk children with education, mentorship, and college scholarships. A child who once struggled with housing instability was now creating stability for hundreds of families. That is legacy. Over the years, LeBron added more championships with the Los Angeles Lakers, broke scoring records, and eventually surpassed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as the all-time leading scorer in the NBA. But his story wasn't just about points. It was about possibility. LeBron James proved that where you start does not determine where you finish. He proved that criticism can sharpen you rather than shatter you. He proved that leadership evolves. For young people in America, especially those growing up in difficult neighborhoods, his story carries a powerful message. Your environment may shape you, but it does not have to limit you. For anyone who has faced public failure, doubt, or rejection, his journey reminds us that growth often begins in humiliation. And for dreamers everywhere, his life teaches one simple truth. Greatness is not given, it is built, brick by brick, decision by decision, setback by setback. From the streets of Akron to the pinnacle of global sports, LeBron James didn't just chase success, he carried his city with him. He transformed criticism into championships. He turned pressure into purpose. And he showed the world that even a kid born into struggle can rise, not just to fame, but to impact. That's not just the rise of a basketball player, that's the rise of a king.